There's double trouble in the Polish household. 2-year-old Berkeley and 4-year-old Zeppelin are running amok, and their owners are in way over their heads.
There's your chaos.
The dogs are under house arrest.
Go lay down now, go.
And the yard is an unimaginable mess.
I can't imagine all of America's going to their backyards to pick up after their dogs.
Good grief.
These owners need to step up.
Absolutely disgusting. We should not have dogs.
But when the going gets tough,
I think there's something here that you're not being truthful about with me.
This is freaking ridiculous, okay?
the tough don't always get going.
I'm not doing this anymore.
Victoria Stilwell has been training dogs in Great Britain and the USA for nearly 14 years. Today, she's on her way to meet the Polish family and their 2 disruptive Dobermans.
Being a responsible dog owner means more than simply giving your dog enough to eat and drink. Dogs need a mentally stimulating and physically engaging environment, and if those needs aren't met, a dog can become depressed, neurotic, and extremely difficult to control.
Living in this house is complete and utter chaos.
Go lay down now, Berkeley.
No!
Berkeley is very, very destructive. She chews everything that she can get her hands on. Socks, napkins, couches. She can't be left alone for a split second.
Our mom gets stressed out because the dogs don't listen.
Let go.
And neither do we.
Do not do that.
Barbara thought it was important for Samson and Jordan to have a dog growing up, but Samson and Jordan can't walk the dogs right now because the dogs are as big as they are and a lot stronger. So it's Barbara's primary responsibility to take care of the dogs, and that presents a tremendous challenge for her because they don't really listen to her.
If the dogs were better behaved, I think the stress level in this house would go way down.
Before Victoria can help, she needs to observe the dog's issues for herself.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hi.
I'm Jack.
Hey, nice
This
to
is
meet
my wife,
you.
Barbara.
Hello, good to meet you.
You.
I can hear dogs.
Yes.
I can't see any.
We have them locked up so that they're not ripping the house apart.
Oh. The moment Jack said that the dogs were locked up, alarm bells went off in my head. Can I meet them?
Sure.
Okay. Yes, open it up.
It's understandable if these dogs were going to be aggressive to keep them behind the glass doors.
Yeah, come on out.
Hi.
They weren't aggressive at all. They were gorgeous.
Gosh.
This is Zep.
Zeppelin.
And that's Berkeley.
And that's Berkeley. Okay. So tell me then about why they're put in that room.
They don't listen. So once they start off in some part of the house, you can't get them back down. They grab laundry, napkins if they're on the table. They'll go into the garbage. He didn't have any of those habits before she came.
So he's learned from her.
Yes. Barbara is terrified that if we let Berkeley into any other part of the house, that she's going to do significant damage.
So after only a few moments of freedom, Barbara wants both dogs back under lockdown.
Berkeley, Berkeley.
But it's easier said than done.
Now you can see why. Berkeley, Berkeley, Berkeley.
Berkeley didn't want to go back into that den, and it was clear she didn't want to listen to Barbara at all. In.
Oh, I better get in. I better get in quickly. Why can't you have them more in the house with you?
Do you see the door?
I see the door.
And that would be through the house. I mean, they've eaten the wood off chairs, they've eaten rugs, hats, beds, the couch. I mean, that was a custom-made couch that we had. If they're not supervised and watched, there's no telling what they'll do.
Okay, so tell me, how long do they spend in this room?
Maybe 6 hours.
Dobermans are big, powerful breeds, and the chewing is getting out of control. So I know that Berkeley and Zeppelin aren't getting enough exercise.
Do you have a stronger relationship with one of the dogs over the other?
I would say I have a little bit of a stronger relationship with Zeppelin over Berkeley.
Berkeley, Berkeley.
Berkeley, she's my stress every day. She's just a third child. She's as stubborn as can be. I mean, that's just her personality. She's just so strong-willed.
The dogs are left in the den for about 6 hours a day, but I suspect from the amount of chewing that's been going on that it's much more than that.
If Victoria thinks the damage inside the house is bad, it's nothing compared to what the dogs have done in the backyard.
When I walked down the steps of the backyard, I saw the filthiest, most disgusting yard I've ever seen. There was poop everywhere. What disgusts me is that those dogs are running around in that backyard. They're obviously stepping in the poop and then they're bringing it inside. Do your kids come and play out here?
No, front yard.
Whose job is it to clear the yard from poop?
Primarily mine.
You haven't been doing a good job, have you?
I can't imagine all of America's going to their backyards to pick up after their dogs. I'd be shocked. I guess we didn't really think that much about it. It's just kind of a little out of control at the moment.
It's way out of control. This is a backyard of people that don't know the first thing about owning a dog. Who walks them? How many times a day do they get walked?
The walk primarily is out to use the restroom, so we'll maybe go up the street a little bit and it'll be me.
So they don't get an actual walk?
No, not so much.
What about you? Do you walk them?
I don't walk them. They're too strong for me to walk.
They're too strong. I've definitely been in this backyard enough time. Thank you. I get the picture.
Back inside, Victoria gets to meet the other half of the Polish family.
Hi, Zeffy. Hi, Berkeley. The twins came back from school, full of energy, let the dogs out of the room, and the whole energy in the house changed. Samson? Jordan, nice to meet you.
Do you have a dog?
I do. Sadie, chocolate Labrador.
Did you train her?
Did I train her? Yes, I did.
Our dad's gonna do most of the training,
You're gonna be doing some.
but our dad's gonna do most of it.
You're gonna be doing a lot of it.
When are you gonna finish training?
That's a lot of questions. The boys were really enthusiastic. They had a ton of questions, they had a lot of energy, and they love their dogs. Can you ever walk them?
No.
And why not?
Because they're too strong?
Would you like to be able to walk them?
Yes.
The boys really want to walk their dogs, and I want them to be able to walk their dogs, but they've got to do so safely.
All right, Slow, come here.
Currently, Jack is the only person who attempts to take the dogs out.
All right.
Wow.
I'm not sure it's ever going to be possible to walk these dogs because they have minds of their own and they seem to want to go in opposite directions.
Wow. They're strong. The dogs were so bad at walking. Jack spent most of the walk straining against the dogs just to keep himself upright. Oh, wow. Have you ever had any training? Have you ever taught them how to walk or anything?
No, not these
No.
guys.
No. If Samson and Jordan were to walk them, I mean, they would just be pulled over, wouldn't they?
They each weigh more than Samson and Jordan, and they're a lot stronger. So one pull like that, and they're going to be skipping along the pavement behind them.
Do you think Barbara would like to be able to walk them?
Oh, absolutely.
Obviously, with her back injury, that this would just exacerbate that, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
absolutely.
And make it worse. I've seen enough of that. We can
Okay.
turn around.
Come on, this way. Zap, come on.
The dogs never get walked. The only time they come out to the front of the house is to toilet. So when they do go out for a walk, they are so incredibly overstimulated by every little sight, every little sound. The family seems to be completely out of touch. I have big doubts that Jack and Barbara really understand what their dogs need.
Coming up,
You don't have any relationship with her whatsoever.
Victoria doesn't pull any punches.
Do you think you stimulate your dog's mind?
Probably not. I mean,
Victoria has seen how the Polish family are keeping their dogs prisoners in their home.
Well, lay down now, go.
Now it's time for Jack and Barbara to get a reality check.
Now, Barbara, throughout the day here, you're here with the dogs. You said that they spend about 4 hours in that room in the morning and about a couple of hours at the den in the afternoon. And as soon as Berkeley's out here, you're on her like a hawk because, of course, you're worried she's going to choose something. Your stress level goes right up. You don't have any relationship with her whatsoever. She doesn't listen to you. You, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think you really exist for her. And these dogs aren't being walked. I understand, Barbara, it's very difficult for you because of your back problem. But I think that a lot of the things that are going on in the house are not because of the dogs, they're because of you. I think there's something here that you're not being truthful about with me.
Here we go. Attack me.
It seems like those dogs spend a lot longer in that den than just 6 hours a day.
The boys leave for school at 7:30.
Right.
And they come home at 2:30. So they're out by 2:30.
Right.
So, I mean, do the math. They're usually
And they
in the
never
yard
go
for-
back in that den.
No, they're back and forth.
In a typical day, the dogs could spend up to 8 hours in that room.
Here's what I don't think you're giving them. Is there a lot of positive interaction with these dogs?
I mean,
apart
I
from
sit and
petting
hang out.
them?
I mean, positive interaction as far as...
I mean, is there any mental stimulation? Is there any training them? Is there any getting them to do things, to work?
What do you mean by work?
Have you stimulated their minds at all? Do you think, as an owner, that you stimulate your dog's mind?
Probably not. I mean,
No. Every dog, doesn't matter if they are laid back, needs that important mental stimulation, because if you think about it, dogs' senses are immeasurably superior to ours, but they live in a very sensory-deprived environment in our domestic homes. Dogs will take out all of their frustration, anxiety, and boredom on things. The only way you get a dog to stop chewing is to give them more outlets in the day so they don't need to chew. The backyard. You've got a great big backyard here, but I have to say, it is the most revolting backyard I've ever seen. That poop, I mean, I've seen a lot of backyards with poop, but this takes the prize of being the worst poopy backyard I've ever seen in my whole life. And why is that? Why is that poop not being cleared up?
I guess it's, you know, the only, the dogs go back there. That's it. I guess it's...
Your dog's feet are going to be fecally contaminated because I saw them stepping in the poop. You can't not. When they're running around, they're stepping in poop. And you probably don't know it, but you probably have fecal contamination all on your floors. So it's more than just, no, we don't clear up, we never go out there, so why clear up? It's the fact that it's actually bad for your health, not to mention the dog's health. Do you have time to go out and pick that poop up?
I mean, once we get it cleaned up, yeah, I don't mind. Or having someone come and clean it. I'm sure if I can't stay on top of it.
Okay. Well, we have a lot to do. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get to it.
I don't know if that's going to be happening, picking up the poop. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what goes on. There's people that can do that. So why do something others can do?
Before the training begins, it's time for cleanup.
Absolutely repulsive. My plan was to work with the family to clean up the backyard so that it would be a safer environment for the dogs and we could get it done quickly. But Jack and Barbara flatly refused to clean up their own backyard, so I'm going to do it. It's vital that it's clean. They're doing such a disservice to their dogs by not doing this. It's absolutely disgusting. We should not have dogs. Part of being a responsible dog owner is doing things that aren't so pleasant, like picking up your dog's poop. Hey guys.
Can we help?
Yes. Halfway through my backyard cleanup, the kids came down and asked if they could help. What a relief. Because I want this backyard
Spotless.
yeah, so that you guys can play in it and also you can train your dogs in it. Keep going, guys, because there's a lot of it.
It was fun cleaning up the poop because we got to use little claws and we got to put it in a basket and there was lots of poop.
The boys and I filled 2 massive trash bags full of poop. I think there probably were about 40 pounds of weight of poop. But thank you for helping. Okay.
With the dirty work done, Victoria can start the training, and her first priority is building a better relationship between Barbara and Berkeley.
I want Berkeley to listen to you more. I want to teach her to focus on you when you ask. And I do this by putting the treat in front of the dog's nose and putting it up to my eyes. Watch me. When I get that focus, I give the dog a treat. Watch me. Good girl. And I don't want her focus to be on this hand. I want her focus to go from my hand to my eyes, even if it's just fleeting. Watch me. Good. Did you see that? Her eyes go from the treat to my eyes. If you take her, get a few treats. You just put it in front of her nose, put it up, and really watch her eyes, okay? No, I don't want her I don't want her going, at it. Berkeley was not confident in looking at Barbara. She didn't want to make a connection. And that's because Berkeley's not used to making a connection with Barbara. In fact, the only interaction that Berkeley has with Barbara is mostly being told off. She'll do focus for me. Good girl. Try going like that. Watch me. Good. Try being a bit more animated. See if she does it then.
Berkeley.
Put it up. Show that you got it. Put it up to your eyes.
Berkeley. Berkeley.
Stand up so that you're not.
Berkeley.
Just wait. Don't call her name. Just wait for it. Wow. Even I have to say, wow. It's clear to me doing this training with Berkeley and Barbara that there is a huge, huge chasm between the two, a massive disconnect. And I really need to repair that relationship if any of this training is going to work.
Coming up,
Ask her for a sit again.
Barbara and Berkeley face off.
Berkeley.
Oh, don't keep doing that to her.
Berkeley has formed such a habit of ignoring Barbara at home
Even I have to say, wow.
that Victoria wants to start from square one with focus work at a neutral training
Look at
center.
this place. Berkeley's focus on Barbara is terrible, and the only way to get that focus better is to train not just in the home, but in other environments as well. I'd like you just to ask her for a simple SIT. The hand signal is like you're holding a treat in these two. Sometimes you are, sometimes you're not.
Okay.
You lift your wrist like this. Sit. Good girl. Okay, so ask her for a sit.
Berkeley.
Okay. When you're going to give the hand signal, don't keep doing that to
Okay.
her, because that teaches her that the hand signal is not just that, but the hand signal's that. Good. Tell her good girl.
Good girl.
Beautiful. I'd like you this time to use a treat, put it up and get her to watch you.
Berkeley.
Berkeley is paying a lot more attention to her because she's paying a lot more attention to Berkeley. And it's positive attention, not negative attention. The more you can make your dog feel good, the more you can mark that good behavior, the more your dog's going to come to you in every situation.
Feels great having a relationship build with her. Still have a little bit of ways to go, but it's definitely improving.
Now, Victoria also needs to address Jack's connection with Berkeley and give her some much-needed leash training.
Jack has never taught the dogs to walk on a leash, so consequently, walking is a nightmare. I want to teach Jack ways that he can teach Berkeley how to walk on a leash and then use that to teach Zeppelin. The reason why I like this room is because it does have this long wall. And actually, when you're teaching a dog to heel, it's good to have a wall on the other side so that the dog can't veer off. The dog learns to be close to you.
Victoria also adds a hand signal to the command.
Heel. Good girl. I like to use a vocal heel cue, but also to slap my thigh, which is a hand signal the dog has to walk close to me. Heel. Good girl. Heel. Good girl. Very good. Yes. Okay, so I'd like you to do that. Okay, go for it.
Come on, girl.
Say heel to her when she comes up to your heel. As you turn, you say, let's go. And as you're walking in the direction you want to go to, that's when you slap your thigh and say heel.
Good girl.
Keep to the wall. Keep closer to the wall.
Good girl. Come on.
There.
Good girl.
Good.
Jack is doing really well,
Good girl.
but suddenly,
Brooke, let's go.
Berkeley appears to have had enough.
Let's go.
Don't pull her.
Wanna go?
Now wait until she makes her decision. Dogs really learn when they can really make decisions for themselves. And when they make the right one, they get praised by their owner. This encourages a dog to keep making right decisions.
Good girl. I think Berkeley has responded very well to the tools that Victoria showed me as far as walking her. She's really starting to pay attention to me.
And I really like that. I really like the connection you're making now with her. Berkeley really began to respond to Jack. And that's so important because
If Berkeley gets more of what she needs, I think it's also going to really translate to Zeppelin. I still think it's going to be tough for you on a walk. I think it's going to take a while, but you've got it.
Back at home, the boys are eager to hear how they can get involved.
Your father's going to be leash training the dogs. That means he's going to be training them to walk just without pulling on a regular leash and a regular collar. But the dogs need to get out and get exercise, even when he's at work. And I want you boys to be able to do it with your mother.
We're excited to be walking the dogs because we've never walked them in a long time.
I'm going to give you these 2 harnesses. And these are special kind of harnesses we're going to put on the dogs. And these harnesses lead the dogs by the chest and not by the neck, so that when the dogs try and pull, their bodies are just brought round. There's no pain involved, there's no discomfort. Let's go. If I was walking them just with the collars on, they would pull me over, no doubt about it. Now, Barbara, as we walk, could you take the leash of Zeppelin's leash?
Okay. I didn't really plan on walking the dogs. That kind of threw me for a surprise.
Let's go, Zeppelin. And let's use a bit of energy to get him, because if you go, he's gonna go. Good, good. That's it. Barbara is really anxious because she has a lot of back problems. And this is one of the first times, really, since the dogs were puppies that she's walked them. Okay, let's use your energy. Come on, say,
Zeppy, Zeppy.
Let's go. Let's go, Zeppelin. Let's go. Good boy. Barbara, how does that feel to you?
It feels good. He's pulling a little bit. He's kind of a little excited. Much better than him before. Zepp was a little apprehensive. He was stopping a little bit and hearing a couple of noises. Come on.
Good.
But for the most part, I think I did okay.
Since the dogs are doing so well, Victoria lets the twins take over, but under her close supervision.
If you think he's pulling and it's too much, just tell me.
I mean,
Sammy, that's really good. How do you feel walking Zeppelin now? Is that okay for you? Yes, yeah? You feel confident? All right.
But while Zeppelin's easy to handle, Berkeley is proving more difficult.
Berkeley!
Okay, let me take her for you a second.
I had to take Berkeley back from the boys and walk her myself because she was far too strong for them, even with the harness on.
So if they've got even a chance of walking her, they'll have to come up with something else.
Coming up, Victoria tries a new approach to get Berkeley out of the house. But can Barbara get it right?
You have to put it right there.
I will. I'm just... Is that right or not right?
Victoria has been encouraging Barbara and her boys to take their Dobermans on regular walks. But Berkeley's powerful pulling has put their outdoor excursions on hold.
Okay, let me take her for you a second.
So Victoria has come up with a new solution.
Okay, boys, we have discovered that Zeppelin is good with the harness. But I still don't think that you're going to be able to walk Berkeley on that harness because she's still pulling too much. We're going to use this, which is rather like when you put a halter on a horse. Really, with these things, you can walk a dog just with one finger.
The reason why I only like to use head collars as a last resort is because some dogs are very stressed out when they have head collars around their faces.
I want her to get used to feeling this around her face. So you see what I'm doing? I'm holding it here, holding it on the other side, so she has to put her nose through the loop. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach this bit behind her head so she feels what it's like.
Now, Barbara takes over.
Put a treat on the other side of it, so she puts her nose through it to get the treat. Put the treat there. Hold it with one hand, and as she puts her nose through it, hold it like this.
Barbara's very awkward in all of her dealings with the dogs, and when it comes to putting on something like the head collar or following a simple direction, she finds it difficult.
So you're holding the loop with one hand,
Okay.
and you're holding it this with the other, okay?
You have to put it right.
I will. I'm just...
Good, beautiful.
I was having a little trouble. I didn't realize to hold it in one hand and put the food through with the other hand, but it was pretty simple once I got the hang of it.
Walk up and down here, just see, and ask her to
With no
let go and
food?
to come with you, okay? Done. Now she's looking at you, good.
Berkeley.
Good, so if you come back here,
Berkeley, let's go.
okay, good.
Berkeley, let's go.
Nice, very nice. Okay, lovely, Barbara.
Berkeley.
Good. You can see already she went like that. Oof. And this is very normal for a dog trying to get it off. But then get her attention.
Berkeley. Berkeley.
Berkeley! Shh. You distract her from doing that. And then you say, good girl. There. Nice, nice. I think the head collar is really going to help Barbara's confidence about communicating with her dog so that Berkeley's not shut up in the den all day. The most important thing about you and the boys walking these dogs is I know they are big, powerful dogs, very, very strong. I want them to be able to get outside, and I want to keep you guys safe. Because believe you me, their behavior is going to be much less crazy in the house if they get to go out a lot. All right? Good. We'll see.
Now that Barbara has a little more control, Victoria wants the twins to get involved as well.
So, boys, the reason why I wanted to clean out the backyard is so that you guys can come here, but also I want to give Berkeley a little bit of fun. I had hidden 2 fake ducks in my jacket. Berkeley likes toys. She likes to carry things in her mouth. And I thought that she could play a game with the boys. It'd be something that she could enjoy and the boys could enjoy. Now, I want you to squeak it a little bit. Okay, now we got her interest. Go so she can see you hide it behind that hedge right up there. Yeah, so she can see it. Good, perfect. Come back here. Now I'm going to release her and I'm going to say, go find, okay? Go find, go find. Good girl. Let's see if she can find it. Do you think she can? Good girl. Woo, good girl. Yay, Berkeley. Good girl. Playing with the ducks in the backyard with Berkeley is going to be really mentally stimulating for her, as well as giving her good physical exercise. Plus, it's positive interaction between her and the boys. Okay, now, go hide it where you want. Stay, Berkeley. Yeah, let's see her do it. Stay. Okay, now, you're going to be releasing her and tell her, give her the command.
Go find.
Did she find it?
She got it.
Yes, tell her, good girl. Good girl.
Good girlie. The tracking duck game was fun because it was kind of cool to see her do that.
Did you know Dobermans are very visual? So we're really allowing her to use her Doberman senses, which is so important for her. The boys had such a good time, the training went so well that I really hope they continue it. It's essential for Berkeley. Lovely. Okay, I think she did really well. Let's go.
Victoria has laid the foundation for good communication between Berkeley and the family. Now it's time for her to leave them to continue alone.
All right, so guys, I'm gonna leave you for a while. You have work to do. There's no doubt about it. I want these dogs to spend less time in the den and more time with you. I guarantee you 100% the chewing will not stop unless you take these dogs out more, give them physical exercise and mental stimulation. Obviously, you, Jack, you're gonna be walking the dogs twice a day if possible.
Right.
It's a little overwhelming, everything that she gave me to do, but I think once I get it all down pat, I should be fine.
Work diligently and good luck, and I will see you very soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Bye. To get the family to invest time and positive energy into these dogs has been a struggle. I don't know whether they can keep it up.
We're in trouble.
I really hope they find it within themselves to become more responsible owners, because if they don't, the dogs aren't going to make progress, and in fact, they're going to suffer.
Coming up, the battle is on between Barbara and Berkeley.
Come on. Come on, come on.
But will Barbara give up the fight?
I'm done. This is freaking ridiculous, okay?
Victoria Stilwell has left the Polish family for a few days, hoping they will now be able to integrate their dogs into their family.
Bye, guys. Bye.
So far, Jack has been keeping up his end of the bargain, getting the dogs out on walks twice a day.
Good girl.
And he's already seeing a huge improvement.
Good girl. Berkeley's definitely made real progress on the leash training. It makes me happy when I see Berkeley walking, next to my side or not pulling me down the street. Berkeley, good job. Good girl.
Not only that, the dogs are spending more time outside of their den and enjoying time with the boys in the newly cleaned yard.
Good girl. Good girl.
And that's helped reduce the chewing problems when they are in the house.
Berkeley and Zeppelin are happier now because we are paying more attention to them.
They're even spending quality time with Barbara as well.
The dogs will definitely be out of the den more. I mean, I spend time with them in the house now.
Barbara has also been working with Berkeley on focus training to continue building their bond.
Berkeley, sit. Sit. Good girl.
But despite their progress, Jack and Barbara are still reluctant to get their hands dirty in the backyard. So they brought in someone else to take over.
Because of our busy schedule, the solution that works for us as far as keeping the backyard clean was we found a service to do it weekly. I can tell you that I guess Barbara and I had never really thought about the health issues presented by not keeping the backyard as clean as maybe we could.
Later in the week, Victoria checks in.
I'm eager to see how Jack, Barbara, and the kids have been doing while I've been away.
Today, Barbara is facing her fears and allowing the boys to take Zeppelin out for a walk.
Come on, Zepp.
You ready? Come on, Zeppy. Wait, let's just get to the street.
The twins may be excited, but Zeppelin is less enthusiastic.
Zeppy, come on. Good boy. Come on, Zeppy. Zeppy, come on.
Barbara is certainly not a natural leader.
She's far too tentative.
Come on, Zeppy.
Want it on the side that you're
Oh,
pulling.
I know.
Come on. Zepp, come on.
You're not gonna make him run. We're gonna go slow.
And it's not long before Zeppelin decides he's had enough.
Sam, let's take him home because I don't think he's in that very good. Oh, okay. Let me take him. Let me take him.
No.
Zeppy, let's go. Come on. Zeppy. Let's go. Here, give him some treats.
It's clear that Barbara's trying, but she's so unconfident. And Zeppelin just doesn't want to listen to her.
Hold the leash. Hold the leash. Okay, I'm taking this off. Just let him run home. Because this is ridiculous.
No!
Well, this is not working. He's not gonna.
No, he's gonna pull! If he runs away, it's on your head.
With Zeppelin refusing to budge, Barbara gives up and calls on Jack to bail them out.
So the three of them, with Zepp, were basically stuck on an island. So it was Daddy to the rescue. You're gonna scare us. No, here, give me the leash. Just give me the leash. Come on, buddy. You ready? Come on, let's go in.
This is ridiculous.
Despite one unsuccessful outing, Barbara soldiers on with the training, this time with Berkeley.
So, we are gonna figure this out. Good girl. Here you go. Berkeley, 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 Berkeley. Come on.
It looks like Barbara's having real trouble fitting that head collar, and that is not a good sign.
Good girl.
With the head collar finally in place, they head to the backyard.
Let's go, Berkeley, let's go. Come on.
But they don't get far before Barbara realizes something's amiss.
All right, she's not moving, so.
What is she doing?
The leash is attached to the wrong collar.
Come on. Good girl.
But Barbara carries on regardless.
Berkeley, come on. Hey, come on. Berkeley.
What is she doing?
Berkeley. When I have Berkeley out in the backyard with the head collar on, I can't really seem to get her motivated to walk. That's very frustrating. Wanna go? This way? Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on.
Unable to get Berkeley to listen,
I'm done.
Barbara loses her patience, and once again, she completely abandons the training.
I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore.
What a mess. Barbara needs to be so much more confident, more assertive if any of these trainings are gonna work.
This is freaking ridiculous, okay? I'm gonna go upstairs where Jack is, and you guys can have the free run of the house. I'm not doing this anymore.
Barbara, you are never gonna be a leader to these dogs unless you calm down. I'm on my way back.
Victoria Stilwell is returning to the Polish family, where she hopes to get Barbara
I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore.
back on board with the training.
Hi.
Hi. How are you guys?
Good.
When Victoria walked back in the door, I knew she probably wanted to go over a couple things with me.
I saw the difficulty on the walk with the harness.
Come on. He doesn't want to go.
It was raining. There was a school bus coming. There was a lot going
So
on.
it was a lot too much
and the kids were
stimulation.
all over the, and then
Yeah.
he just started shaking.
But you're going to have to deal with that situation. I want to work on you being more confident with the dogs in your house. I just think your patience is wearing thin and you get frustrated. And so we're going to do stuff with the dogs today that's going to make you even more confident. I know you had trouble with the head collar.
She's stuck on this hook.
They are complex to put on, where we'll just go over that again so you're completely confident with putting it on. I just wanted to work with Barbara on this because she's with the dogs for most of the day. If I can have a breakthrough with Barbara, I believe that everything's going to be easier for the whole family.
First, Victoria lays to rest the confusion over the head collar.
This is where this attaches to. Last time you had it attached actually to the collar. That's it. Perfect.
Now, Victoria wants to help Barbara take more leadership over the dogs, starting with the door to the den.
Everything that I'm going to do is going to be concentrated inside. Inside, really around the house, is where Barbara needs the help. So this is what we do. The whole premise of this training is that the dogs are not allowed out of the door until they're calm. Okay, up. Wait. I use the wait cue with the dogs. It's basically teaching the dogs impulse control. Wait. Wait.
Now it's Barbara's turn.
Berkeley, come on.
Beautiful.
The new me is I'm not gonna let Berkeley get away with as much, and I'm gonna be firm.
With the dog spending less time in the den, Victoria also wants Barbara to have control throughout the house.
You need to have a very level tone of voice. You need to be extremely patient. One of your traits is you give up easily. If things become too much, you're just like, oh, can't do it. And if we have to work on this for 1 hour, we're gonna do it.
To do this, Victoria introduces a new command.
I'm gonna use a stay. And the stay is different from the wait because wait means that, wait means you just have to wait in one place, but I'm going to release you. Stay means you gotta stay there. Stay. Stay. It wasn't long before both dogs were just staying in one place. I was able to walk around the other part of the kitchen. And I think Barbara was really impressed by what she saw her dogs do.
Zeppelin and Berkeley are perfectly behaved for Victoria, but will they do the same for Barbara?
All right, so we need to be direct. Give them the cue now. Too late. Okay, bring her back. Good, nice, very nice. Give the cue to begin with. Cue them now. Stay.
Stay.
Push her back with your body. Body block, not with your hands, with your body. Body blocking is very simple. You don't use your hands. You just put your body in front of the dog's access.
Zeppelin back. Back.
No, that's the back is over there. Okay. Barbara's really struggling with the dogs, but I really want to bring her confidence up so she knows how to communicate with both of her dogs. That's it. Good. Now tell her, stay strong. Tell her now.
Berkeley, stay. Stay.
She has to be a strong leader and she can't give up. They don't know what you want unless you communicate what you want. With your body strong, as soon as you tell them to go back and they go back, then say stay. Be very deliberate and very strong about it. Cue it. Stay.
Stay. Stay. Stay. Back. Stay. Berkeley back.
Good. Now walk away.
Stay. It took a little time, but Berkeley finally got it, and she realized she wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't gonna let her go.
What does it feel like with the dogs listening to you?
It feels great.
So much, I think, of what's gone on in your house is because there hasn't been leadership. Now you've got a few tools now where you can take control back. Barbara made huge progress throughout this training from a very unconfident person with their dogs. She's now really communicating with them well. They're cooperating with her. And I don't think that's ever happened. I have to say, I think you've made a big journey. From when I first came into this house, Barbara, you certainly were very unconfident. And now, your dogs are listening to you. And it was really great to see that. I know we've done a lot of work. You've seen the results. And I just want you to take those results and fly with them.
I definitely think that this whole experience in training the dogs has brought us as a family closer together because it's given us kind of a common goal, which is great.
I feel good about the training that Victoria taught us because I think it'll really help our dogs.
Goodbye. See you.
If the family continue to work, dog ownership for them is going to be about being joyful with their dogs, not just thinking their dogs are just huge pains.
It's a process, a huge process. This is going to change our life.
Since Victoria's left, I can tell that Barbara is more confident when she's interacting with the dogs.
Wait. Come on.
And I see that she's much closer with Berkeley and really bonding with her like she already had with Zep.
I definitely feel like Berkeley responds to me more now. Watch me. Just calling her, talking to her. She comes over so I can pet her. Good girl, Berkeley. I think Berkeley is chewing less. She's just kind of been a little bit wiped out.
Samson and Jordan are definitely playing a bigger active role with the dogs.
Stay.
We are having much more fun with the dogs because they listen more.
Let's go. Berkeley.
Bulldogs in the Odom household. French Bulldog Rufus and English Bulldog Jojo are at war on a daily basis.
Oh, Jesus.
And 3-year-old twins Bella and Lily are caught in the line of fire.
Our dogs fight.
Mom Jenny is desperate for peace,
I am exhausted. I need help.
but husband James offers little support
I do what I need to do and not much more.
and even has plans to train their newest puppy Wolfgang to attack.
It's good to have the dog to actually neutralize the attacker.
Can Victoria open James and Jenny's eyes to the danger they are facing?
They are going to have a huge shock on their hands.
Or have they already passed the point of no return?
Bringing a Presa Canario into your home is sheer madness. And if it grabs them, it kills them.
Victoria Stilwell has nearly 14 years of experience training dogs on both sides of the Atlantic. Today, she's on her way to rescue the Odom family from a desperate situation.
Dogs are essentially territorial creatures, so introducing new dogs into a household needs to be done very carefully. Expecting newly acquainted dogs just to get along is not only foolish, it can result in you and your animals getting seriously hurt.
Get down.
I'm James Odom. I live here with my wife, Jenny, and our twin daughters, Lily and Bella, and our 4 dogs. Rufus is the oldest. He's a French Bulldog. Jojo is an English Bulldog. Wolfgang, our youngest, he's a Presa Canario. Shelly is a Black Lab mix.
When Rufus attacks Jojo, it can be pretty vicious. Stop it! He latches onto his face and holds on really hard. What's happening in my home with my pets is taking a toll on me physically. I get migraines. I was just in the emergency room last week. I am exhausted. I need help.
Victoria's first order of business is to observe the dog's behavior for the day.
Hello.
Oh my goodness! Hey, how are you? About time. Well, thank you for coming to our home.
Where are dogs?
Everybody's in the yard. I
they're
can't
in the
trust
yard.
them yet.
Well, let's go meet them.
Okay, let's go.
When I walk into houses, I'm normally greeted by all the dogs, but I walked into Jenny and James's house, and there were no dogs around. I thought this could be interesting.
Well, this is our family right here. This is Rufus.
Hello.
And Shelly.
Hi.
And this is Wolfgang.
Wolfgang. Oh. Wolfgang is a Presa Canario, which is a very, very powerful dog. At the moment, he seems to be a fun, lovable puppy, but he's going to go through many different behavior changes, and I hope they can handle him when he's older.
And now we want to introduce you to Jojo. Come on over. Unfortunately, we have to keep him in a cage
Jojo's kept in here. Why?
because Rufus will attack. Rufus will attack Jojo.
So we can't let them both free at the same time, or there'll be a problem.
Oh, dear.
But if I have Rufus on a leash, he won't attack him.
Okay. Jenny told me that as long as Rufus is on a leash, he doesn't attack Jojo. So I asked her to put Rufus on a leash and then take Jojo out so I could see how Rufus behaved around him.
circling, and then he looks for a moment when... Oh, help me, help me, help me, help me. Oh, come on.
So it does happen when he's on the leash.
No, that's a first. That's a first.
Wow.
What's going on?
We'll put him back in there for now.
I'm sorry, Jojo. Rufus, why?
It's really worrying to witness a dog fight in the first place, but it's even more worrying to witness a dog fight with a dog that bites and holds. Biting and holding during a fight and then ragging is extremely dangerous and can cause severe injury and, in certain cases, death.
Actually, a few days ago, Rufus actually attacked Wolfgang and did some damage to his ears. He had bloody ears. And,
He did?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
So it's escalating.
Yeah.
The situation between Rufus and Jojo is very, very bad. But now Rufus has attacked Wolfgang. And I want to get to that relationship before it goes the same route as Jojo and Rufus.
Once the dust settles, Victoria sees the enormous impact the fighting has had on Jenny.
Your reaction now, is this something that you experience all the time then?
Well, it just doesn't happen right away, but afterwards I start feeling depressed about it.
Absolutely, okay.
It's a lot.
Yeah, okay.
Jenny is not alone in her concerns. 3-year-old twins Lily and Bella also have an opinion on the matter.
Our dogs fight.
Oh my God, she's so cute. I had a chance to meet Lily and Bella, the twins. Very cute little girls who told me that they're scared of the dogs. That they don't like Jojo because Jojo fights.
I think the children seeing the fight was pretty traumatic for them. They are pretty scared of him.
Right, okay.
Tell Victoria what happened with Wolfgang when he bit your finger.
I hurt on my finger with Wolfgang.
Oh, okay.
And she started yelling and crying that the dog was eating her slowly.
Okay. The Presa Canario, because of what it was bred to do, has a high chase instinct, has quite a high prey drive, and certainly could be stimulated by small things running around, including children, and that scares me.
If Jenny is powerless inside the house, it's clear she has even less control out on a walk.
Whoa.
Because Rufus had fought with Jojo while Rufus was on the leash, Jenny didn't feel comfortable taking all 4 dogs together. So I took Rufus while she took the other 3 dogs.
Jojo, heel, please, heel. Jojo, heel. Heel, 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 heel.
So have you taught him to heel?
I thought I had. Okay, this is not right. Jojo, come here. Shelly, no, Shelly. Okay, see? Everybody, mind your places. Heel.
As Jenny's trying to control all the dogs in a leash, she's issuing all kinds of commands like back and heel and no and stop and calling the dogs names, and of course the dogs aren't listening to her.
Wait, whoa.
Why doesn't James ever walk the dogs?
I don't think, that this is enjoyable to James, and it is to me.
Oh, no, not this situation is not
this
enjoyable
situation.
to you.
I take on everything in this house. I am the alpha and the omega in this house. And I understand that James, he's more of a loner. He loves to work in his wood shop. And I say, okay, go ahead. I feel like I have more patience and I want to teach them. Right now, I think I have chaos.
Yep,
Come on.
Yep. You're right about that.
Stop.
This is
Everybody,
chaos.
stop. Come on. I know Victoria thinks I have absolutely no control over my dogs. And guess what? It's true. I don't.
Back inside, Victoria wants to hear James' perspective on his involvement with the dogs.
So, James, I kind of get a little sense from you that you take a back seat with the dogs.
Yeah, pretty much. I do what I need to do and not much more.
Jenny's taking all the weight of those dogs on her shoulders, but Jenny's having a tough time, and the dogs are fighting, yet James still doesn't do anything. So what kind of training have you done with Wolfgang?
We have had no training with Wolfgang at the moment. Wolfgang's supposed to start training next week, and he's gonna do canine training. I got Wolfgang the Presa Canario for protection. I'm gonna send him to canine training, and I think that would be the answer for me feeling more self-assured when I'm out with my daughters.
What do you mean when you say canine training?
You know, it's good to be able to have the dog for protection, to actually be able to, if she is physically attacked, neutralize the attacker.
I think Jenny and James don't really understand the breed that they've taken on in the Presa Canario. And I think they are going to have a huge shock on their hands when they see how big Wolfgang is going to get and how powerful he will be.
I have a responsibility to keep my family safe and protected.
I think training Wolfgang to become an attack dog for this family is sheer madness. I don't believe this family has what it takes to live with and train properly a breed as powerful as the Presa Canario. I think it's incredibly stupid, incredibly irresponsible, and poses a real danger to the children.
Coming up,
I'm extremely concerned.
Victoria doesn't hold back.
You are in for a very, very difficult time.
Can James take the pressure?
I don't want to be stressing my wife out.
Victoria Stilwell has spent a day observing the bloody mayhem that James and Jenny's dogs are causing in their home. Now, it's time for her to give the couple a reality check.
First of all, Jojo, you bring him into your home, and from day one, there are fights with Rufus. And that's psychologically damaging to both dogs. I think that Rufus is very intimidated by Jojo, and now he's being intimidated by Wolfgang. Wolfgang's getting older. Wolfgang is going to reach his sexual maturity at 6 months old. That's not going to be pretty unless you get hold of the situation. You're the ones that choose your friends for your dogs. You have to make sure that everybody does get on. And when that doesn't happen, you have fights like this happen. All I'm worried about is that Jojo now psychologically is getting very used to being attacked and now is attacking back. And that could be translated onto other dogs. Going to the twins, they're scared of Wolfgang because he's in that nippy, bitey stage, which is just with every puppy. They're scared when they see fights between Jojo and Rufus. And, you know, the dogs are going to sense that nervousness whenever they're around them. Now I want to come to Wolfgang. I think that bringing a Presa Canario into your home with 2 young children is sheer madness. The Presa has a high prey drive. It's taught to chase other dogs off its property, and if it grabs them, it kills them. And the high prey drive means that the Presa can be extremely impulsive, and prey drive can take over. Which means with 2 little girls running around the house, I'm extremely concerned. A Presa can be a great dog in the right situation if it is trained well. It is literally 24 hours a day, supervision and working, training every day. James, I don't really see that you have much relationship with these dogs. So, is this going to be on Jenny to do? Because I can tell you now, with your disassociation with your dogs, you are in for a very, very difficult time and potentially extremely dangerous animal.
I don't want to be putting my family in danger. I don't want to be stressing my wife out. I love my wife. I love my family.
I'm here, yeah, to lay it out on the line and say, this is the deal, this is reality, but I want to be ultimately here to help you and support you and set you back on the right path. But I will still tell you, there's still things that I need to do with Jojo and Rufus to see if this situation is salvageable.
I think I'm putting myself in a ridiculous situation, hoping and praying that everything will be okay. I got the wrong mix of dogs. If I must get rid of some of the dogs, then I must.
Well, that's again going to be your choice that you make. I am not going to make that decision for you. I give you information, and the next 3 days, I'm going to take you through what you can do.
Jojo should not be stressed out anymore. So I think that Jojo has to go. That it's the best thing for Jojo.
Okay. Well, if you made your decision, I completely respect that.
Yeah.
I had planned to do more work with Rufus and Jojo, do more assessments and see could they live together, or really would Jojo need to be rehomed? But she wanted to rehome Jojo.
Even though Victoria said she would continue to work with Rufus and Jojo and she left it up to me, I felt it was very selfish of me to keep Jojo here.
With the heart-wrenching decision made on Jojo's future, Jenny calls her friend KJ, who has offered to take Jojo into his home.
I think that Jojo's gonna be better off moving with me because he's gonna be the only dog in the household. He's gonna get sole attention. At least he won't have to worry about being left out at the place he calls home.
So, time to go, huh? Go on. Bye.
Bye. I'll see you later.
See you.
See you later, KJ.
It was sad to see Jojo go, and of course, Jenny's very upset by it. But Jojo is going to be so much more successful, so much less stressed.
Separating is not easy.
No, it's not.
I know that it's the right thing to do. I know KJ's gonna love him. I just know everything's gonna work out.
Although Jojo is gone, Victoria is still concerned Rufus may redirect his aggression to Wolfgang.
Here we start with Rufus. Now, we know that he doesn't have a lot of self-control. I want to teach him a little bit of impulse control.
You see?
Instead of dashing towards things, if Jenny and James ask him to turn away from something, he'll do so. I want to teach him that the only way he's going to get this food out of my hand is to turn his head away. This is teaching him now to control his impulses.
Victoria wants to catch the behavior
Good.
before offering the reward.
Rufus showed me how smart he was because almost immediately, good, he was turning his head away. He had made the connection. I turn my head away, I get the piece of food.
Now Victoria adds a command to the action.
I have to get it as he's in the act of doing it. Turn away. Good. He turned away and he looked at me. That's what I want.
Rufus is doing so well, Victoria wants to take it a step further.
I want him to either take a step back or go to the side. So this is even going to be harder for him now.
I was wondering, how in the world is this dog gonna know what to do? She's not telling her what to do.
Turn away. Good boy.
When I saw him back up, I said, that's it. It's easy going from here.
Now, Victoria has James take over.
Rufus, turn away.
And surprisingly, Rufus responds to him immediately.
And that was a huge ego boost to me. I felt about, 10 feet tall right then.
For somebody who really didn't have much interest in the dogs, he now understands how to communicate with the dogs. And I think that's a massive breakthrough for him.
Next up is Jenny.
Away.
Could you say turn away?
Yes.
Let's keep
it consistent. Rufus, turn away.
Good.
That's awesome.
Beautiful. One more time. It's really important that Jenny and James stick to the turn away so that that will connect to an action and hopefully negate any kind of emotional irritation the dogs would have with each other.
Coming up, Jenny and James witness the strength of a full-grown Presa Canario.
This is an extremely hard bite.
Can they prevent their sweet puppy from becoming a terror?
I don't have any words to describe what's going through my head.
With Jojo gone and Rufus's training underway, Victoria can focus on Wolfgang. But first, a lesson that she hopes will hit home with Jenny and James.
I want to take Jenny and James on a field trip where they will see what it means to own a protection dog.
So Jenny and James, I want you to meet some amazing people. This is
James,
Robert,
how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Chris,
What was your name again?
and Mike.
Mike.
And the reason why I wanted to bring you to meet these people is because they have some amazing dogs. And they're also some of the best trainers in the world.
I'm hoping that when Jenny and James see how powerful a Presa Canario's bite is, that they will be further put off from doing protection and attack training with their own dog.
The idea is, anytime that we have a dog that does any form of bite work, it's extremely important that we socialize so that the dog doesn't see everything as, I have to go and bite this, or I have to go and bite this. We're gonna go ahead and get the Presa out now. Let me get suited up, and we'll go ahead and work it for you.
Is this a full-grown Presa?
This is a full Presa.
As soon as the Presa Canario came out and saw Robert with the bite sleeve on, he wanted to get him.
So basically, as you can tell, she can't hold him back. Now that he's committed,
Look at that. Imagine me with kids trying to hold that dog back. That would have been a mistake.
Don't worry, we're going to teach him to heel.
this is an extremely hard bite.
Yeah, this is a hump.
See, it's a game. It's a toy to him.
But that's somebody's arm in real life.
Now, had this been a real situation and he had bitten for real, devastating.
Want a breath in your arm, or?
At worst.
What?
I think Jenny and James were really taken aback by the power of this dog. How big the Presa's bite was and how it had crushed the sleeve.
I'm glad now that we have decided not to attack train Wolfgang. I definitely saw how having it around other people, if something went wrong, how terribly disastrous it could be.
This is okay if you're working the dog every day of the week. You're a responsible owner. You work the dog and you're knowledgeable in what you're doing. People who don't understand these dogs and the character of the dogs, this is a horrible combination.
It made me think of my situation at home, and if Wolfgang ever did that to anybody, I can't imagine the devastation that my dog would cause.
With attack dog plans ruled out, Victoria wants to kickstart a much safer training regime for Wolfgang.
The Presa Canario can be a handful, and if it's not trained properly, can be a real danger. So it's vital that training starts right now.
Wolfgang's first lesson in obedience is the sit command.
Okay, so what I'm doing, just getting the dog to figure out, how am I going to get this treat out of her hand?
I think that Wolfgang might have a little bit of a difficult time because of his youth and because of his lack of training.
Good. What he's doing is following a hand signal. And I train the dogs to follow hand signals as well as vocal signals. So now he's already learned that that means sit. I'm going to put the word to it.
Wolfgang did surprisingly well learning the sit command. He took to it pretty quickly. I was pleasantly surprised by that.
Nice, nice.
Now, Jenny takes over.
Sit. Good boy.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love the fact he's following you, his tail's wagging, he's having a good time. Okay, now let's go from there and let's teach him to lie down.
Before she adds a command, Victoria waits to catch the behavior she's looking for.
Down, good boy. Up, good, nice. Down, good. Wolfgang, as I thought, highly intelligent dog, very focused. Down, loves working, and got the sit and the down so fast.
But just because Wolfgang is smart doesn't mean he'll always listen.
When it came to my turn to get Wolfgang to lay down, it was definitely a bit of a struggle. See?
That's it, put it down. There you go.
Almost, buddy. Come on, you know it's there. Come on. Down, good boy.
Very nice.
It took some time before he finally got it, but he did get it, and that felt good.
With Wolfgang responding nicely to obedience, Victoria wants to add another valuable command to his vocabulary.
The most important thing you can teach your puppy is the recall. So that when you ask your dog to come to you, they come. If you build up a recall when the dog is young and inclined to follow you. It's going to be solid when the dog gets older and wants to go away from you. And I'm just going to walk around. Good boy. And each time I walk away from him and he follows me, I tell him good boy. If you're just stagnant with your dog gets bored, especially a puppy like that. But when you're moving around, you're always changing the picture, you're always making it different, the dog responds.
Now that Wolfgang is invested in the training, Victoria turns it into a game.
Now, James, I want you to kind of put your hands on the ground and call his name and then call him to come to you.
Wolfgang, Wolfgang, Wolfgang.
Say the word.
Come.
And release.
Good boy, good boy.
Beautiful.
Good boy.
Lots of love. And then when you say come, release him. Wolfgang! Wolfgang! Come. Good job. Beautiful. Each time Wolfgang came to a person, lots of love and petting and praise.
Good job, honey. Good job.
Coming up, Rufus's training grinds to a halt.
He's resisting now.
Can Victoria get things up and running? Victoria Stilwell has abolished James and Jenny's old views on training.
Good God.
And even has combative dog Rufus turning the other cheek.
Boy.
Now she wants to get Wolfgang on the same page.
Wolfgang and Rufus have fought in the past, and I don't want it to happen again because Wolfgang is soon going to grow into a very big dog, and that could be extremely dangerous for Rufus. When the dogs are in a situation where there could be a little bit of tension, all you need to do is to say turn away, and both dogs will turn away from each other. I'm going to do the same process as I did with Rufus. He's going to have to see, how am I going to get this out of this girl's hand?
Good luck.
Yeah, right.
Wolfgang is a puppy, so I thought it was going to be a big challenge for Victoria. He's impulsive. He doesn't really know what he's doing.
Turn away. Good boy.
I can't believe it.
Turn away. Good boy. I'm gonna make it a bit harder for him. I'm gonna show him the treat, so we up the ante. Turn away. Good.
Now that Wolfgang is getting the hang of it, Victoria has Jenny try.
Good. Turn away. Good job. That's my boy.
Very, very good. It takes so much willpower for a puppy to leave a piece of food.
Wow, you really did it. And you're a puppy. I'm proud of you.
Outside, Victoria must tackle another major problem.
So we've got these two dogs that pull on the leash, and I want you to be able to walk both of these dogs together at some point. But James, now I want you to be involved in the walking.
Wolfgang and Rufus are the main offenders on the leash, so Victoria will concentrate on them.
So I want him to learn he can't surge ahead of you. He can't pull you. I have a nice loose leash. If he starts pulling, go, Wolfgang, let's go. And I walk off in the other direction, just for 5 paces. Good boy. And then I turn around again.
The dog finally begins to realize, if I pull, I get taken off in the other direction. But if I don't, I get to where I want to go. Wolfgang, shh, shh. Let's go, Bubba.
Rufus, Rufus.
Oh, good boy.
Good boy.
Things are going well for
Keep
Wolfgang,
walking.
but Rufus has proven to be more of a challenge.
Come on, Rufus, this way. This way,
Let's
Rufus.
go.
This way.
Look, he's resisting
That's
now.
okay. Just pull him a little bit. Now let's turn.
Come on, Rufus.
Let's go.
Come on, Rufus.
Now look at your leash. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right, let's turn back. Okay, let's go.
way.
Good
Good boy.
Now he's really listening to you. Brilliant.
The fact that Rufus is responding better to me makes walking him seem less tedious and less uncomfortable for me, so I feel much more in control.
Now it's Jenny's turn to take over the reins with Wolfgang.
Good boy.
This experience of both the dogs walking with each other as well brings a positive experience for both of them. So hopefully that means, you know, there's a good relationship between these dogs.
I think they're going to see that one dog is calm now, the other dog is calm. There's no sense to pull, no urgency, and that's going to be a relief for me.
Nice.
Good boy, Wolfgang. Good.
Nice walking, nice loose leashes.
Good.
I like that.
Never been able to walk my dog with 2 fingers.
Victoria is leaving Jenny and James for a while, but before she goes, she has some homework for them.
James, when I first came here, I was really worried about your disassociation from the dogs. I'd like you to work on the walking. Very important. Jenny does need help, no doubt about it. And you've shown now, you've proven that you are incredibly good with those dogs. Continue with the turn away training with both dogs. I would like you to continue on with the training with Wolfgang. I would like it if you could get some people that Wolfgang is unfamiliar with and get them out on walks to come and say hello to him, as well as having people coming in and out of here, all positive, so that he really gets pleasurable association. I want Wolfgang to be very sociable with people. Whoever comes into his house, if they're welcomed, he is very friendly with, because this is going to ultimately keep people who come into the house safe and keep the twins safe. Wolfgang needs it so much. He is the most amazing little puppy. Just don't let me down. Good luck, and I will see you soon.
Thanks.
Okay, bye-bye. See you.
Well, let's do it.
Coming up, Jenny gets creative with Victoria's commands,
We won't say turn away anymore. Get his attention with no.
leaving everyone else confused.
No.
Victoria Stilwell has left Jenny and James with their dogs Rufus, Wolfgang, and Shelley.
No.
Jenny wastes no time in getting on with Wolfgang's training, both inside the house and out.
Okay, sit. Good.
As Victoria requested, Jenny has invited some friends over to give Wolfgang positive experiences with new people.
Very friendly.
No,
Hey, buddy.
no.
Down.
Good.
And it's not just Wolfgang getting positive experiences. Even the twins seem to be happier around the dogs.
Tell him, good boy.
Good boy.
And Jenny is far less stressed.
Since Victoria left, this has been a peaceful household. There have been no dog fights. The dogs are understanding my commands. Awesome.
Later in the week, Victoria checks in
I can't wait to see how Jenny and James have been doing without me.
and sees that James is keeping up his side of the bargain.
Good boy. Good boy, Rufus.
Very good, James.
Nope. Good boy. I definitely am enjoying the dogs more now that I've taken more of an active role in their training and their caretaking. No. No. Good boy. Good.
I love the fact that the dogs are being walked more regularly. And James, I'm really glad to see you're putting in the legwork.
Good boy.
I used to be the one that was in charge of everything, taking care of the animals. I'm on easy street now. James has really picked up the pace. I'm gonna show you how to take care of Wolfgang, okay?
James isn't the only one helping Jenny out with training. Jenny has decided to get her housekeeper involved, but at the same time, she changes the rules.
So we won't say turn away anymore. And then you make sure, atención, get his attention with no, okay?
What are you doing?
No. Good. That's
Good.
like a turn away.
boy,
Eso
good boy.
como un turn away. Good.
Jenny, I can't believe you're doing this. I taught the turn away command for a reason. Changing the word to no is just going to confuse things.
We can all do the same thing, la misma cosa. So we all on the same page. I don't want to start confusing him with different commands, all right?
This is a mess.
And things only get worse when Jenny tries to sell James on her new technique.
I had a situation where I was trying to train Lupe to teach
Train the
Wolfgang
dogs.
to turn away. So at this point, we're just gonna say, no, until she gets, what she's looking for. And he's been understanding that. When it comes to the training, I kind of was the one that changed the rules a little bit to suit my needs. And, James followed.
No.
You have to continue.
Good boy. Continue? What do you
Yeah,
mean continue?
like-
Say no over and over again? I thought that was what I was not supposed to do.
No, that's what you're, with the word no and trying to get his attention, that's what you are supposed to do.
Jenny, what are you thinking? You should never repeat the command over and over again like that. You're just teaching the dog not to respond the first time.
Say no.
Jenny insists James try it her way, but it's clear the dogs are confused.
No.
James is frustrated,
No. Here, come here.
No, I'll do it.
and progress has ground to a halt.
Come here, Rufus.
I like doing it without the no.
How do you expect the dogs to learn if you can't even agree on a technique? It's madness.
Sit. No. No.
I feel like it might have been a mistake to do that. It might be kind of confusing to use no. I wish we had been able to stick with the original turn away command.
When we tell him no, he knows that what he's doing right now is not what we're looking for. It's not working. Come on. Okay. Come on.
This is ridiculous. You are well on your way to being back to where you first started. I need to get back before it's too late.
Victoria is returning to Jenny and James' home to get them back on track with their training.
Hello.
Oh, thank God.
Hello, guys.
Am I glad to see you?
As soon as I got through the front door, Jenny said, "Thank goodness you're here," because she knew she'd made some mistakes. Okay, so tell me about the situation with your housekeeper, Lupe.
I went up to her and I tried to train her, and I saw she was comfortable with simple yes, no commands.
But using the word no, no is used in so many other situations, it's going to be confusing. Does that mean I turn away? What does no mean? Using it too many times teaches the dogs not to respond the very first time you say it, and can set the training back. What we're going to do is we're going to refine some techniques today. There's still stuff to do before I leave you. All right? So let's get on that.
Wonderful.
Okay?
Great.
All right.
Victoria's first task is to find out how much damage has been done by
All right.
abandoning the turn away command.
So I now want to refine what we've been doing. We're not going to use the no anymore, and to keep everybody happy, instead of using the words turn away, we'll do turn. Now, I don't know whether any of the training, if he's going to pick it up again, or whether using the no has caused him to regress a little bit. We'll see. Turn. Rufus kept on laying down when I asked him to turn because he didn't really know what the word meant. He hadn't heard turn away for a long time, so he was just completely confused. Turn. Turn. Good. I like that turn, head away. Turn. Good. I like the turn. Good boy. We're back. We're back.
Finally, Rufus did it. I felt like $1 million.
Now, Victoria wants to add Wolfgang to the mix to reinforce the positive experiences Wolfgang and Rufus have together.
Turn. No. Turn. Turn. Good. Turn. Good. Turn. Good. When another dog sees another dog getting the reward, they work harder. In situations like this where I've got high-value food and they're both maintaining a lot of impulse control in the presence of another is amazing, because it means I don't care whatever situation you're in, you maintain impulse control with each other.
Now that Rufus and Wolfgang are getting along, Victoria wants to work with Bella and Lily so they can begin to see Wolfgang in a more positive light.
I wanted to just address this Wolfgang relationship with the twins, and I know that you girls are much more comfortable with baby Wolfie, aren't you? Yeah? I want to show you something that you can do that is really fun. And do you know high five?
Show her a high five.
All right.
Good. Show her a high five, Bella. Good.
Do you want me to teach Wolfgang how to high five too? Would that be cool? I want the girls, even though they're 3 years old, to learn how to do a simple high five with Wolfgang, because I really do think that that's going to strengthen the relationship between them all. I'm going to put him into a sit. I'm going to put my hand out there, and I'm going to wait for him to put his paw on my hand. And when he puts his paw on my hand, high five, good boy. High five, up, high five, good boy. Yeah. Is that cool? Yeah? High five. Obviously, the girls will never be left with the dogs unsupervised, but it's really important that they see that they can have interaction with their dog. That's so important. Now, do one of you girls want to put your hand out to do a high five with Wolfgang? Do you want to do that?
Come on. Ready? That's better.
Put your hand out.
Okay, now you ready? We'll do it together. High five. No. High five. Good.
Is that cool?
Seeing the dogs and the girls getting along together so well made me feel good because I want to have a great deal of cohesion and unity in my family.
He gets his treat for being a good dog. Close your hand.
Very nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
I'm proud of you.
Very good.
As a mom, that is exactly what I wanted. I want to be the mom with the stroller and the dogs. And you know what? I'm 99% there.
So I'm going to leave you now. When I first came here, I came into a house that was full of stress, dogs fighting, owners out of control. You've gone from having a confrontational relationship to having a relationship based on cooperation, and that's what it's all about. I want you just to continue being consistent, being on the same page, helping each other, helping these dogs grow, and living in this house with your daughters and feeling comfortable about the animals that you have here. I would just say try not to stray from the techniques, and good luck.
I feel empowered in my life now. I feel like I have control over the situation in my house. You can't beat that, you know? I really feel strong.
I definitely feel that I can take a stronger leadership role with maintaining the training for the dogs.
All right, see you guys. Bye. Bye. There have been a few hiccups along the way, but now I think Jenny and James are back on the right track. Jenny is not stressed anymore, and James wants to be part of his dogs' lives. He's seen the results. He likes what he sees. He has a relationship with them.
When Victoria arrived to my home, it was mayhem, chaos. My stress was through the roof. Everybody down, okay, down. Down, good, everybody. And now with dogs that are trained, the dogs that are listening, I feel like I'm on easy street. I'm in a stress-free environment.
JoJo is settling in quite well. He no longer has scratches on his head. He doesn't get bullied. So he just all around seems to be like such a happy dog now.
Victoria definitely made me see how important it is for me to be more involved with the dogs. Sit. Good boy. I take care of the dogs for the most part. I train them down.
On this episode of It's Me or the Dog, Victoria meets Ryan and Linda, whose barbecue dreams have been put on hold due to their 3 disorderly dogs. Chihuahua Killer attacks anyone who comes near her, while recent rescue Weston has single-handedly destroyed the backyard. Lab Doyle's unusual fear of water
Doyle has not had a bath in approximately 9 months.
is also driving guests away.
He sometimes stinks.
With their dogs scaring off the neighbors, the couple has put fun in the sun on the back burner.
Who cleans up?
I ask Ryan to help me. He just kind of ignores me.
Can Victoria get these two to work together?
Ryan, what are you doing?
Or will their barbecue dreams go up in smoke?
No more arguments. The backyard is disgusting. And who wants to have a barbecue, eat food, in a backyard that's covered in poop?
Victoria Stilwell has been training dogs in both Great Britain and the United States for nearly 14 years. Today, she's on her way to help Ryan and Linda handle their 3 unruly dogs.
Summer is a great time to have friends over and enjoy the backyard. But it can be tough if you have dogs that don't like people or who are turning your yard into an eyesore.
Before Victoria begins training, she'll spend a day observing the issues at hand.
We have a beautiful home. It would be nice to have people over not worried about being embarrassed about the backyard.
Hello.
So excited to meet you.
Hello.
Hi, Victoria. How are you?
Hi,
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. This is our daughter.
This is McKenna.
Hi, McKenna.
My name is Ryan Pringle. I live here with my fiance Linda and our daughter McKenna, and our 3 dogs: Doyle, the white lab; Weston, the pound puppy mixed dog; and Killer Cha-Cha, the little Chihuahua.
Ryan and Linda have had a hard time entertaining guests because of their 3 dogs.
I would love to get to the point where we could have a big barbecue and it just be peace and not the usual chaos.
They're having problems, especially with 1-year-old Weston, who's destroying the backyard.
We had all the landscaping was in, the lawn was in great shape, but since Weston got a hold of the sprinkler heads and started digging holes, it doesn't look nearly as good as it used to. Please don't eat the sprinkler.
Weston's eating the sprinkler right there.
Along with chewing sprinkler heads, Victoria notices something else disturbing outside.
Well, there's a lot of poop around as well. Who cleans up?
Originally, we had a deal where Linda would get it during the week and I would get the weekend.
Are you picking up on the weekends, though?
Not all the time.
Oh.
But ask her the same question. Is she picking up during the week all the time?
During the week?
I normally pick up once a day. At least once a day, at least.
If you ask her, she'll tell you that I never pick up poop, and she always does. Yet every time when I go out there to pick up poop, there's plenty of it out there, like it hasn't been picked up recently.
There seems to be a battle of wills between Linda and Ryan. Each one blames the other, says the other one is not putting the work in. I don't think it's fair to have 3 dogs if you don't have the time to spend.
And the problems don't stop there. Ryan and Linda take Victoria out front to show her the issues they have with their neighbors' dogs.
It definitely puts a strain on our relationship with our neighbors that we can't actually interact more because of the dogs and them wanting to fight each other. And if we could just get them to get along, it really would be nice so that we can interact and converse with our neighbors a little more.
You know, I'd love to be able to get together with Linda and Ryan and have a backyard barbecue, but it's really unfortunate because our dogs don't get along. It's not going to happen.
All right, I don't need to see any more, so I think that's very loud. And it's waking up the whole neighborhood. Your neighbors must love you.
Back inside, Victoria gets to know Linda and Ryan's 7-year-old Chihuahua, Killer.
Okay. Oh, I see now.
That's...
So, Killer, why did you get your name?
Actually, when I got her, she was very loving, sweet, and I just thought it would be funny.
Oh, so you named her, and she was the total opposite of Killer, but
yeah, she grew into the name.
Grew into her name.
We love to entertain. We love to have people over, and it's extremely difficult to do, not knowing how Killer's going to react to our friends and their children.
It's okay. Good girl. Why is she yellow?
She likes to change her different color furs.
Linda likes to change her to different color furs. She was green, and now it's faded into a yellowish.
Okay. Oh.
It's okay. Really.
Straight away, I could see a completely stressed out, nervy, and unhappy dog. She has bitten on many, many occasions. She's bitten all kinds of people. She's very, very fearful.
When did she turn just from being a happy Chihuahua to being a killer?
I had my daughter, and all of my energy and all my attention was with Killer. She was my baby. And then now, ever since the dynamic has changed a little bit, I think she's resentful.
What's she like with McKenna?
She bit McKenna.
Where did she bite her?
She bit her on the hand.
Okay.
McKenna's only 2 years old, and she's already been bitten once. Quite likely it's gonna happen again. I know if she was a bigger dog, I think that she wouldn't have lasted as long as she has here in this house. It would have been curtains a long time ago.
Next, Victoria observes bath time with 3-year-old lab Doyle.
Doyle is afraid of water. He's a lab and he has webbed feet, but he wants nothing to do with the water. Doyle has not had a bath in approximately 9 months.
Can I see you try and get him in the bathroom, see the
We can try.
deal? And,
We can try.
It's difficult that Doyle hates water because he's a big dog. He sometimes stinks.
Linda tries to entice him into the bath with treats, but Doyle resists every time.
Ooh, yummers. Yummy.
Come on, buddy. Well, you got him in for a moment. Curiouser and curiouser. A Labrador that does not like water.
Doyle may have a fear of water, but Weston has some distress of his own.
Weston has huge separation anxieties from Doyle. If I have to take Doyle away from Weston, Weston will lose his mind.
I really want to see if Weston really does have separation anxiety. So I'm going to do a setup where Linda takes Doyle out of the house, and I want to see how Weston reacts.
Okay.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
Wow.
This is pretty standard for what he does.
Wow.
I know, buddy, I know.
Wow, that's anxiety.
Yeah.
I was really shocked by the severity of Weston's separation anxiety. He was beside himself. He was panicking, and that was awful to see.
Because of Weston's anxiety, Linda is forced to walk all the dogs together.
McKenna was napping, so I had Linda just take the 3 dogs and the stroller so I could witness what a walk was like.
Wait, I asked Ryan to help me with the dogs, and he just kind of ignores me, and it's gotten to the point where it's just easier if I do it myself.
So you've got one hand on the stroller with Killer here.
Yeah.
And then
I got the other 2 big dogs. I was a little concerned taking Victoria out on a walk with the 3 dogs because I knew it was going to be chaotic. And even though it looks chaotic, it's almost, I feel like it's structured chaos. Weston, leave it. Doyle, leave it. Stop. No. Eh. Okay,
whoa. Okay, I've got that. I got it.
Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it.
Linda would have me believe that it's controlled chaos. No. Nothing controlled about this chaos. It's just chaos.
I'm worried about McKenna. I think this is one of the most out of control situations that I've seen walking. Tell me about Ryan not walking as much as he should do. Does that frustrate you?
It does, because I realize that this is not the ideal situation, but the alternative is that my big dogs don't get walked at all.
Linda's struggling because she spoke to me about Ryan not helping out, but he has to carve time out of his day to help Linda with the walking. He has got to step up to the plate, and he's got to put more time and effort into his dogs.
Coming up, Victoria confronts Linda and Ryan with the facts.
Ryan, what are you doing?
But when she brings in a medical expert to deal with Weston's anxiety, will Linda take the doctor's advice?
I don't want him to change. I want him to be the same dog that I know and I love so much.
If they want to entertain guests in their backyard in the coming months, they'll have to get with Victoria's program.
I want to start, first of all, by looking at Killer. She's yellow. Boom. Stop dying the dog. She does look like another dog's urinated on her.
All right, I won't dye her anymore.
Now, the reason why her nervous state worries me is that she is in a constant state of stress. Even when you don't think she's in stress, her body physically is in stress. And that's when disease occurs. Put yourself in her position. There's somebody who's rejected her. Mama. You were everything to her. You treated her like your child, you dressed her up, she was always with you, always close to you. And then you had your daughter. And you pushed her away. And she went through a massive emotional change. She was rejected.
I'm a little hurt and resentful that I've provided a very nice life for her, and I'm sorry I hurt her feelings, but, you know...
Stop saying she's punishing me. Dogs don't know how to punish. Now, as a mum, there's no way that a dog comes before a child. Of course you're gonna have more attention on McKenna, but your dog suffered because of it.
I just feel bad.
Oh, hey.
Because I love Killer.
I know you do.
I would never do anything to purposely hurt her. It was a very eye-opening conversation that I had with Victoria. I was hurt to think that I was doing something to cause Killer to be not so sociable. You'll help me, right?
Of course.
And of course, Weston and Doyle, they have their issues too. You know, Weston with the destruction. And mainly the sad thing is the anxiety.
He's a nervous ninny.
Yeah.
When Doyle goes away, I think it's just a panic. We gotta get on top of this. Separation anxiety is a very, very difficult behavior to treat. There are no quick fixes. Ryan, what are you doing?
I work.
So does she. She has a baby.
I know.
What about the poop? And McKenna's out there. This is an issue of health and safety with your child. You have 2 big dogs. Big dogs, they produce a lot of poop. You spend a lot of your time cleaning up poop. That's the deal. But, oh, wouldn't it be easier if you took them out
on a walk more, so they would have more chances to poop outside on a walk and pee outside on a walk than in your backyard.
Yeah.
In order to be able to work through this, you need to be on the same page. Are you ready to do it? Because oh my gosh, we have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Before she can begin training, Victoria needs to establish a positive relationship with Killer.
At the moment, she wants to bite me. And I can't work with an aggressive dog when it feels that way towards me. I wanted to take Killer out onto neutral territory and have a little bit of a bonding time with her. And if she could take treats, to take treats from me. She ate them when I put them on my legs, and then, eventually, she took them from my hand. She was interested in coming into my personal space. There was no pressure on her whatsoever. Should we go back? Shall we? It was a lovely moment. I love it when a dog's gone from wanting to bite me to wanting to be with me.
Now, Victoria wants Linda to begin rebuilding her damaged relationship with Killer.
The relationship between Linda and Killer has been really profoundly affected by the birth of McKenna. And I want to be able to get that relationship back to what it was like before McKenna was born. You sit and you have some calm time because it's all about lowering her stress levels.
She was so happy, she was so positive. Killer took treats out of my hand.
This is so crucial. And it might not happen every day. It would be great if it could. This is important. When a dog associates a human being with good things, it's more likely to come to them. I think she was pleasantly surprised and optimistic for the future. I think that relationship is just going to keep growing.
With Killer showing some real progress, Victoria can turn her attention to Weston. But first, she wants to consult a veterinarian about his anxiety.
Hi, Scott.
Hi, Vicky.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
My name is Scott Amsel. I'm a small animal practitioner. I've got a wide variety of experiences with species ranging from zoo animals to dogs and cats. Victoria has asked me to come here today to give a medical opinion on Weston's separation anxiety. Do you know his background before he was in the shelter?
We know Linda's sister found him and another small dog running the streets.
I see.
She's the one that took him into the pound. We put up signs, couldn't find the owner.
Right, right.
But he did seem very attached to that other little dog.
I see. Okay, well, that could be an issue.
All right, what we can do then, Ryan, is if you stay here and if you don't mind Linda taking Doyle out, and then we will see what Weston does.
Sit.
As soon as Doyle even begins to look like he's going out the door, Weston starts to become hypervigilant. As soon as he goes out the door, Weston actually has almost a full-blown panic attack.
Westy, it's okay.
I think Dr. Amsel was shocked, just as I was, and just stressed to see a dog being so panicked. It's quite distressing, isn't it, when you see that?
Well, it's seeing a dog in tremendous emotional distress.
Yeah.
And it's not a pretty sight.
Okay, it's okay.
Come on.
Now that he's observed Weston's anxiety firsthand, Dr. Amsel is ready to give his assessment.
Dogs actually can experience grief, and it's very possible that Weston, when he goes to the shelter and boom, his buddy's taken away, that's a traumatic thing. And that's not anthropomorphizing. They have emotions too. And now he is having almost like a post-traumatic stress response because the same thing is happening over again. What we need to try and do is cut that off at the pass. So I definitely think he would benefit tremendously from medication.
I didn't think Weston's behavior was that severe. I was very surprised.
Dr. Amsel has recommended a sort of two-pronged approach. An anti-anxiety medication which works pretty quickly just to dampen the panic, and also a SSRI, fluoxetine, which keeps the happy chemical serotonin, more of that in the brain.
Are we going to see any changes in his demeanor or personality?
Ideally, no. We don't want to see that.
Overall, we really love Weston the way he is. We like his temperament, we like his demeanor.
I think Linda and Ryan are a little skeptical. Ryan's worried that medication is going to dampen Weston's personality. But if it's administered carefully and correctly, there should be no change in his personality whatsoever. It just dampens the panic down.
When Doyle leaves, he's having the same kind of response that you and I would have if something traumatic happened in our lives. He's having a panic attack, and I think he would benefit greatly from that.
Whatever you need,
if we can help him. It makes me sad to think that, you know, Weston's going through that much trauma. Bottom line is, we love him. We want what's best for him. So if Dr. Amsel feels that we need to put him on some sort of medication, then that's what we'll do.
Medication should never be given alone. This is a support to behavior modification. And it's vital that the two be done together.
All right, thank you, doctor.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
Okay.
What concerns me the most is I don't want him to change. I want him to be the same dog that I know and I love so much.
Coming up, Victoria puts Weston's extreme anxiety to the test.
He might go crazy again. I don't know.
But Weston's not so sure.
He is a little bit nervy. He's a bit frightened of what's going to come at him.
Come on.
Killer, why did you get your name?
Victoria Stilwell has been trying to get Linda and Ryan back on track so they can host a backyard barbecue for their friends and neighbors. Now that Weston is getting the medical treatment he needs, Victoria wants to begin training him to be more independent of Doyle.
When you had taken Doyle out, previously to me coming here, Weston had got so anxious, you took him for a walk. And it was on that walk that he was able to expel his energy and to calm down. I want to use this information that you've given me and see if we can't do some kind of management behavior modification plan, whereby if you know that Doyle is going to go to the veterinarian, or if you know that he's going to be away for a certain amount of time, that before he's taken out, Weston's taken out by himself.
Okay.
He might go crazy again, I don't know. But let's just try it. Let's get his leash on and we're just gonna go.
Okay.
All right?
Let's go.
Come on then. I don't know if this is going to work, because Weston still could be very, very stressed when he comes back in the house and realizes Doyle's not there, but it's worth a try.
Westy, stay right here with me.
Now this is pretty telling. There's a lot to deal with barking dogs on either side.
It's okay.
That's it.
Leave it.
When Weston's outside, he is a little bit nervy. He's a bit frightened of what's going to come at him. So I wanted to do some focus work with Weston and do some commands to see if he can focus on anything else except the scary environment around him. Hey, hi. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. That's the focus I want. Thank you. Good. Let's go. Good. All of this, refocusing his mind, it's so important. So if you take the leash, make him sit, lie down whenever you want.
Okay.
Get that relationship going out on a walk.
Sit. Good. Good boy.
Good. Lovely. Get that focused. Lovely. Okay.
While they were out, Victoria had Linda take Doyle on a walk to see how Weston reacts when he gets home.
On the way back, this is where I was starting to get a little worried that Weston was going to freak out.
Is he going to be as stressed out? I hope not. Let's go. In the past, Weston has always freaked out when he's not around Doyle. So I don't know what's going to happen when we take him back into the house. All right, killer.
Okay, come here. Come here. Sit. Good.
Good. All right. Lovely. Now he's probably going to go get some water.
Yeah, that's usually the...
Hi. Now what's he going to do? Let's sit on the sofa, shall we? Hi. Good boy.
Good boy, West.
See what a difference this is. It really is Doyle being taken away before him that he cannot cope with. I like this.
I really fully expected him to run around the house looking for Doyle, at least for a little while. But he really kind of just one loop, not really worrying about it.
I feel really good because I had a hunch that Weston was going to be a lot more chilled out, and I was proved right. It's a start.
He's just a completely different dog from before when Doyle was gone. He was a maniac. Now he acts like any other day when Doyle's in the other room or something. It's a big transformation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once Linda returns home, Victoria takes on an equally difficult task, curing Doyle's extreme fear of water.
When you're dealing with emotions in dogs, there are no quick fixes. This is a walk-in, walk-out bath, so you don't have to have any kind of lifting. It's also got a rubber mat.
That's awesome.
It's got a rubber mat on the bottom as well, so the dog doesn't slip. And we put treats in here.
I see the tub and I think, there's no way Doyle's going in this tub. I wasn't real optimistic that he was actually going to get in there.
Go on. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Good boy, and now up there. Good boy, all right. Lots of treating. This is like jackpot, man. You did it, man. Whoa, you getting the good
Good
now.
boy, buddy.
Now I'm just gonna get his paws used to being with water. Just gonna touch his paws with it and treat him. Ha ha.
I'm actually really happy about this tub. It really is a great tool.
We're building up positive association with this bath. Bath time is fun, it's not scary, okay? But this is a start.
Coming up, if Linda and Ryan want to barbecue, they've got to clean up their disgusting poop-filled yard.
No more arguments. No ifs, ands, or buts.
But will they get with the program?
I'll be honest, we both break down and we end up letting him go outside.
Good.
Victoria Stilwell has been working with Linda and Ryan's dog, Weston, to control his anxiety at home. Now she wants to work on improving Weston's reputation out in the neighborhood.
Weston has an issue with the neighborhood dogs. The neighborhood dogs have a big issue with Weston. It's a bark fest when they see each other, and I just want to create a bit of harmony.
First, Victoria tries to get Weston to focus on the presence of the other dog.
He was getting very agitated. Turn around, refocus. I just took him in the other direction. I walked him away, and I only do that just to break focus.
When Weston is calm, Victoria allows him to get a little closer. But when he reacts, she removes him.
I just couldn't imagine that actually Mars and Weston could really make this happen. They've never been friends, and it just wasn't a plausible thing.
But despite a few setbacks, Victoria is persistent.
Go hunt for that. Good, go.
Then Victoria uses treats paired with the go get command to refocus Weston's attention.
Has it? Go get it. The go get game is a really great game to play with reactive dogs because it refocuses the dog's attention from what it wants to react to onto something more positive. The dog's brain is working, trying to find the treat on the ground. It's refocusing on something, so the emotion is cut down. Here. Go get it. Oh, good. I just had to keep walking him till I got him to the point where he could be calm enough in Mars's presence.
With both dogs finally calm, Victoria initiates a parallel walk down the street.
All right. Where's that? Go get that.
I was stunned by the results. Never before has Weston and Mars been actually able to walk side by side down the street without stress. So it was just a real treat for me.
Good, Weston.
I thought to myself, this can be done. We can get to the point where we can have our friends and neighbors over and not worry about Weston's reaction.
Good boy.
Now that Weston is behaving a little more neighborly, Victoria wants to improve the atmosphere at home as well.
I have something for you here, and this is Little Killer House.
You have your own house.
Killer's house is small, so it's killer size. I wanted to give her another option. So she can go here to get away from the dogs, to get away from McKenna, to get away from guests. This is her safe place. Now, it's an outdoor house because you can use it outdoors as well when you have barbecues.
I think Killer's house is a great idea. Killer really likes to have that feeling of protection, and I think that'll give it to her.
Now it was time for Victoria to take on the disgusting backyard and give it back to the family.
Here is a fence, and it's known as the poop fence. Because from now on, we're going to train the dogs to poop, not in your yard, but by the fence.
Okay.
Okay?
I was very, very skeptical.
You bring them out on a leash. You take them into this little place. If they poop, good boy and a treat. After a while, and I'd say it's going to take a couple of weeks, the dogs are going to come out here off the leash by themselves behind their fence, do their poop, and go back in.
I wasn't quite sure how the dogs were going to make it their bathroom.
I want you to be able to enjoy your backyard without having to tread in landmines. I want McKenna to be able to enjoy the backyard without the threat of landmines and disease. Good boy.
Good boy, buddy.
Good boy.
Good boy.
Lovely.
Doyle went back there and he just did his business right there on the spot without even being told.
Yeah!
You're a genius.
Pooping behind the poop fence is
You're
fun.
the smartest dog on the planet.
I don't know whether that was great timing or just one smart dog that understands English, but my gosh, he got a lot of praise for that. Here is a poop chart. This is going to be charting when the dogs poop, how many times they poop and who cleans it up.
My favorite thing about the whole poop area was the poop board that allows us to track who's going and, more importantly, who's cleaning it up.
No more arguments. You owe it to your daughter and to yourselves to clean it up. No ifs, ands, or buts. From now on, no more poop. This is a change. Soon they're going to be able to have barbecues here, and that's what we're aiming for. Wow, you got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's time for me to leave Ryan and Linda now. Here is your homework, number 1. You need to do a walking schedule because both these dogs need to get out. No arguments. Ryan, you've got to help Linda. Linda, I'd like you to have your one-on-one time with Killer. Poop fence. It's not going to work if you do not do it 1,000% diligently.
It's going to work.
Yeah?
We're going to do it.
Remember, it's summertime. This is the time for barbecues. Let's have a barbecue when I come back. If the backyard is cleaned up. I shall be back.
Thanks again, Victoria.
Bye,
See ya.
Victoria. Thank you.
I really hope that they work. They've got a really tall order ahead of them because they've got 2 dogs especially with major emotional problems. If they don't put the work in, those dogs are not going to get better. I can guarantee them that.
Coming up, Linda and Ryan attempt the training on their own. But the dogs aren't cooperating. Victoria Stilwell has left Ryan and Linda alone for a few days to see how well they do on their own. Linda's enjoying Ryan's newfound responsibilities of walking the dogs.
Ryan has helped me more now than he ever has in the past.
Good boys.
Later on, Linda has a little one-on-one time with Killer.
I have a little treat. The first treat is because I love you. The advice that Victoria gave me about Killer has been dead on. I just turned a page in our book and we just started all over again, and that's all we needed to do. We just let go of the past. Yeah, it's nice in there.
As the day continues, Ryan and Linda start to prepare for their upcoming barbecue by giving Doyle his first bath in 9 months.
Yay! Yay!
Stay. Good boy.
I'm so happy and proud that Doyle can actually get into the bathtub and we can have water on him and actually water in the tub. He's made huge progress so far. He's been doing awesome.
Later in the week, Victoria checks in to see how Ryan and Linda are doing.
Come on.
Linda is ready to work on walking Weston with one of the neighborhood dogs.
Whoa!
Oh no, Weston, don't do that.
Sit. Come on, come on, come on.
When Weston reacts, Linda pulls him away to regain his focus.
Are you ready to try this? Sure.
Great job, Linda. That is exactly what we worked on.
Good job. Good job.
Wow, they're walking side by side. That is amazing.
Meanwhile, Ryan is working to get the backyard in shape for company.
Now that Weston's not tearing the backyard up anymore as much, we can actually start getting everything ready for a big barbecue. So far, we've been able to get the flower beds replanted, building like a serving station for the grill, and just doing a general cleanup. I think it's really gonna look nice when we're done.
Backyard looks great, Ryan. I hope you're ready to have guests over so that all your hard work is paid off.
Now that the yard is looking better, to keep it that way, they try to make their dogs use the poop fence.
Go ahead, buddy. No, you gotta go.
Go potty, buddy.
Don't tell him, maybe it's pressure.
Here, I'm not looking.
All right, don't look. Patience is something that I have to work on all the time. I'm not a very patient person by nature. Maybe if we give him a little space. Ryan and I are very frustrated over trying to get the dogs to go behind the poop fence. I don't know what else I can do to make them go out there. It's okay, buddy.
I'll be honest, we both, we break down and we end up letting them go outside.
Oh no, guys, you have to be patient.
Later that day, it's time for Linda and Ryan to give Weston his anti-anxiety medicine.
I can totally tell the difference when Weston gets his medicine and when he doesn't.
Yeah, no, it's definitely helped him a lot.
Did you know I did a little experiment where I took him off it for like a day?
You mean the day that you forgot to give it to him?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
I intentionally did not give it to him because I wanted to see if it was the medication, because the first day it was fine when we forgot it. And then the same thing with the following day. I decided not to give it to him so I could see how he would react.
Oh, Linda, you cannot change the administration of medication without consulting a professional first. That could be really dangerous for Weston.
I could tell, like, when I walked him, the anxieties were coming back.
I really need to get back there before they do some serious damage to Weston.
Coming up,
All right.
Victoria lays down the law on Weston's medication.
Don't miss a dose. Don't just one day yes and one day no.
But is Linda willing to listen?
Ryan and I had talked about it. Obviously, we don't want to keep it up for a long period of time.
Missing a dose of medication is really highly detrimental to the dog.
And will the backyard be ready for the big party?
Don't you say, because I've had a lot of success with poop fences like that.
Victoria is returning to continue her training and hoping that Linda and Ryan will finally be able to host a backyard barbecue.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Even though Ryan and Linda had done really well in some aspects, there were some things that I needed to go over with them again. First of all, I want to start talking about the poop fence. What happened with the poop? And don't you say, because I've had a lot of success with poop fences like that.
They just don't get it.
They don't get it, or you're not working hard enough at it.
For the first 2 to 3 days, we tried it religiously. And we would time ourselves. We would be out there for a good 20, 25, sometimes 30 minutes.
It's a long process, you know? Now, the other thing I was a bit concerned about, the medication. You forgot one time, the next day you thought, oh, I'm not gonna do it, see how he is. Why did you do that?
Ryan and I had talked about it. I was like, well, how long should he be on medication? Obviously, we don't want to keep it up for a long period of time.
Missing a dose of medication is one thing because you forget, but not giving it the next day because you think the dog seems fine just after a couple of doses is really highly detrimental to the dog. I told you that it takes around 2 to 3 weeks for the medication to get to a level where it's of some benefit. Don't miss a dose. He's not going to be on it for the rest of his life. Don't just one day yes and one day no. So you're dealing chemicals in here. This kind of medication is not changing Weston's personality. It's not drugging him. It's allowing his brain to achieve the levels that he needs to feel less anxious. Bottom line, that's it. There are still some things I want to do with you, so let's get to work, all right? Come on, my love. Ooh, very nice. You've actually got some flowers in there.
Yeah.
Oh, aren't they beautiful?
Seriously,
All back there.
how long have they been in there for now?
3 days now?
3 days,
Yeah.
and they haven't been dug up?
No.
Okay. The backyard looks great, but the dogs are still pooping out there, not behind their fence. What's this? One time?
No, it wasn't one time.
That was the code brown. Yeah, we didn't document the code yellows.
Oh, I think it's important to document the pee. So just so you know how many times you brought them out here. I think you're gonna have success with this. If you bring the dogs out right in the morning and you hang out, if they don't go and you need to go inside and immediately bring them back out again. And do this again and again and again and again. I guarantee you they will go. And if you want a poop-free yard, then you gotta put in the time.
Smells good, huh, Weston?
After all of Linda and Ryan's hard work, they celebrate with a backyard barbecue.
Yard looks fantastic now, doesn't it?
Man, I can't believe they finally got Weston to quit tearing up the yard.
I don't think I've ever been out here, truly.
You haven't?
No.
Well, that was good until today. Yeah. You didn't miss much.
Yeah, we didn't intentionally drag people out here before.
No, now we're pretty. Now you can run around here and not feel like you're gonna step in something. And we hope, yeah.
That's Killer's house.
They seem a little more subdued.
Yeah, Weston's a
more
lot
tamed.
calmer. Yeah, definitely.
Now they got to work on us, huh, pal? I come out to the backyard, it's in great condition, and the garden's in great shape. I'm able to go out to the lawn. I really enjoy it now.
You guys have been fantastic, and I just want to say, keep up the good work. Of course, you have your frustrations, but at the end of the day, your dog's welfare is benefiting now from what you've done. And I just hope that your family can exist in more harmony. Okay?
Thank you so much for all your help.
Yeah, thank you very much for
You're
all
welcome. Just keep going with the poop fence. Keep going.
We'll keep
It'll
going
work.
with food pets. Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you.
very welcome. Get back and enjoy your party.
Thank you.
See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Come on, Keely.
Thanks to our new skills that we've acquired, it's going to be a great summer for us, and we're really going to get an opportunity to enjoy our new backyard and our barbecue.
Since I left Linda and Ryan, they've been really sticking to the training plan, and things are going very well with their dogs.
Handle your business. It took a while to get both the dogs used to the poop fence, but now that they're getting the hang of it, it's getting easier.
It's really good that Linda and Ryan stuck with the poop fence, because now with just a little patience and encouragement, the dogs are going in on their own.
Killer. She is so much more friendly. She'll come up to me in any situation. I love it.
It's ridiculous how much happier she is overall. She hasn't bitten anybody in weeks.
I'm really glad that Linda worked with Killer in her dog house, because she's now going in on her own and loving it.
Okay, bath time, come on. The bathtub that Victoria gave us has worked out great for Doyle, to the point now where he doesn't want to get out of it once you get in there.
Good boy. We've continued Weston on his medication, and he's doing outstanding.
He's so much more calm. He can handle it when Doyle leaves. We can take Doyle out to use the poop fence. He's fine with it.
Good boys.
Linda and Ryan have really worked hard to get their life back, and now they can finally enjoy their backyard with family, friends, and dogs. Thanks for watching. If you love It's Me or the Dog and want more dog training tips and tricks, visit my official site, positively.com. And if you're interested in learning more about becoming a dog trainer, check out the Victoria Stilwell Academy. Links to both sites are in the description. I'll see you online.